It is important to note that the band gap is different for different solids. Let us now look at the specific case of solids where the energy band gap Eg between the conduction band and valence band is very small, or the conduction band overlaps the valence band. When such an overlap occurs, the band gap Eg is nearly zero. In solids where a very small band gap exists, with no external energy available, there are no electrons in the conduction band. When a small energy is supplied, the valence band electrons move into the conduction band. Now let us look at the situation where the conduction band overlaps with the valence band. In this case, the valence band electrons are available to move into the conduction band and thus are readily available for conduction, which happens in the case of metals. Since a large number of electrons are available for conduction, the electrical conductivity is very high for such solids. We know that solids having very high electrical conductivity are called conductors. For some solid, there exists a very large energy band gap greater than 3 electron volt. In such solids, it is practically impossible for the valence band electrons to move into the conduction band, since the energy required is very high as the band gap is very large. Such materials then have very few conduction electrons and hence have very low electrical conductivity. Such materials are characterized as insulators. In semiconductors, we have seen that a finite but a small band gap of less than 3 electron volt exists, and as such, by supplying sufficient energy, the valence band electrons can move into the conduction band. Therefore, the semiconductors have conductivities between that of the conductors and insulators. Thus, we see that on the basis of energy bands, materials can be classified as conductors, semiconductors, and insulators, with conductors having a very small or nearly zero band gap, semiconductors having a finite and small band gap of less than 3 electron volt, and insulators having a band gap of greater than 3 electron volt.